Hello, and welcome back to Unsolved Void. I'm David Paulides. Today, we are diving deep into the phenomena I have long investigated. Cases that defy conventional explanation. These are the disappearances that fit the unsettling profile of the missing 411. These are the stories of individuals who simply stepped out of our reality, vanished from populated areas, dense forests, and even their own suburban driveways, leaving behind frustratingly few clues. The common factors are chilling. Trained search dogs fail to track them, personal items are often inexplicably left behind, and the movements often occur near strange geographical anomalies that seem to concentrate the unexplained. We're going to examine 5 specific cases, 5 vanishing points, and consider the terrifying possibility that something far more ancient, far more paranormal than simple foul play is responsible. We are talking about a dimensional rift, an unseen tear in the very fabric of space and time, a momentary portal into the unknown. Let's begin with the truly bizarre vanishing of Jeremiah Foco in Bellevue, Washington, on July 22nd, 2015. He was a 6-year-old software engineer, leading a stable life, working for Oracle. He called his boss that morning, saying he was coming in to fix his laptop. He never arrived. The last confirmed sighting was his car entering the apartment garage at 12:07 a.m. An ordinary movement for an ordinary morning. But then, the anomaly. Later that morning, at the International District Transit Center, surveillance captured a man matching his description. He's walking down the stairs carrying a backpack. Friends and family confirmed. That's him. We know he was okay at 7-2 Wednesday. And then, as the man approaches the tunnel, the footage glitches. A sharp, unnatural break, like a sudden, powerful pulse of electromagnetic interference, wiped the frame. When the static clears, the man is gone, vanished. There is no visible exit point, no movement away from the camera, just an empty frame. His mother's words rang with the chilling truth of these cases. He got up ready to go to work and fell off the planet. All known activity, financial, digital, even his bus pass ended at midnight. The transition was instant and absolute. The transit center is often near subterranean infrastructure, tunnels, and old railway lines. These deep places are frequently tied to localized vortex points in missing 411 cases, similar to the mysterious disappearances along the Devil's Triangle. Was Jeremiah simply pulled mid-step into a sudden, localized, dimensional vacuum? The instantaneous nature of his disappearance strongly suggests it. Our next case takes us to Capitan, New Mexico, an area known for its isolated wilderness and, intriguingly, stories of unexplained lights and high-frequency activity. This is the perplexing vanishing of Jean Johnson, 70, who disappeared on May 26th, 2019. Jean was a devoted family woman and always kept the ashes of her late husband in a pendant close to her heart. Her daughter found the gate locked, her car locked in the driveway, and inside the car, her phone and wallet. The only thing clearly missing from the home was a .357 caliber handgun she kept for self-defense. Family states she would only use that powerful weapon if she felt immediately threatened. Yet, there was no sign of struggle, no broken glass or blood inside the home. The chilling detail that elevates this case to the 411 profile occurred 2 months later. The missing handgun was anonymously delivered to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. An unidentified person simply dropped off the evidence and walked away, an act that screams of bizarre coercion or fear. Why did they have Jean's weapon, and why abandon it at the police station? If she encountered something non-human, or was taken through a dimensional rift while struggling to defend herself, the weapon could have been spit back out of the vortex, only to be found by someone unrelated who was too afraid to come forward. The weapon was relinquished, but the person who wielded it was not. This specific scenario echoes other unexplained gun recovery cases in the Rocky Mountains. Let's look at the disappearance of Abbie Flynn in Gloucester, Massachusetts, on Super Bowl Sunday, February 2nd, 2020. She was preparing a party for friends. Everything was normal. Abbie called her son sometime in the afternoon, mentioning she was just going for a short walk outside. She was seen by residents around 4:30 p.m. When her friends arrived at 6 p.m., everything was ready for the party. Her phone was on the table. And critically, the oven was still warm. This is classic missing 411. The warm oven, the phone left behind, the preparations incomplete. It suggests an interrupted task, a departure that was not planned, not deliberate. No one planning to leave for an extended period would leave a warm oven or their vital means of communication. The departure was immediate, possibly triggered by something she saw on her walk. Abbie was an experienced hiker, familiar with the outdoors. Was she pulled away by some sudden magnetic force? We must consider the non-conventional. Could she have stepped onto a temporary vortex zone on her walk, pulled away while the residual energy of the portal left no time for a struggle or a clue for her loyal dog, if it had been with her? Our fourth case is the harrowing disappearance of Fauna Frey, 45, who vanished near Rogue River, Oregon, in June 2020. She was grieving her brother's death and took a trip to cope. Her father noted she was disoriented and spoke of angels right before she vanished. This suggests a deep state of mental or spiritual confusion, potentially making her vulnerable to external forces. On her last known day, she purchased camping gear, clothing, and oddly specific personal care items, but also things like 2 cans of Foster's beer and several groceries. She was last seen on CCTV withdrawing $200 cash. She had booked a room at the Wasco Inn, but bafflingly, she never checked in. Her vehicle, a blue Jeep, was found over 2 months later on a dead-end road, 6 miles from a boat ramp. The vehicle was locked. Inside, personal belongings and food. Oregon State Police recovered fingerprints and DNA from the locked Jeep. But here is the truly unbelievable and frustrating detail. The evidence has not been processed. They claim there was no clear evidence of a crime and they had to prioritize other cases, an unexamined crime scene for a missing person. That's the tragedy of 411. This kind of locked vehicle high strangeness profile is often linked to remote areas where Bigfoot sightings are common, where the energy of the land itself is volatile and unpredictable. Was she taken by a non-human force, a cryptid? Or did she become an instant casualty of a naturally occurring dimensional anomaly while setting up her camp? Our final case is the baffling disappearance of Travis Murrow, 40, in Oklahoma, August 24th, 2014. A devoted father and bull rider with a family that loved him. Travis was visiting an acquaintance and called a friend around 10 p.m. He was believed to be driving to see a former girlfriend that night. The very same evening, his Dodge Dakota pickup was found locked and abandoned near Canton Lake. No signs of a struggle, no personal belongings were left behind. Lakes, especially those near remote state land, are frequent reported sites in missing 411 data, often acting as magnetic focal points. This landscape, coupled with a completely locked, abandoned vehicle, points strongly to a non-conventional, forceful extraction. His family vehemently refutes the idea of a voluntary disappearance, emphasizing his dedication to his 4 children. No father willingly vanishes into the void. We see cases like this near sites associated with high strangeness, the kind of geological oddities reported around Skinwalker Ranch, where the environment itself seems to claim its own victims. Was the truck abandoned because Travis stepped into a localized time travel mystery, or a temporary vortex that opened and closed quickly over the body of water? 5 individuals, 5 inexplicable circumstances. The profile is consistent and undeniable. The static on the camera, the warm oven, the relinquished weapon, the locked truck, they all point to an immediate, almost instantaneous extraction from our reality. I believe these cases, the missing 411, are not simply about people getting lost. They are about people being taken or being subject to a natural but terrifying geological or atmospheric phenomenon, the dimensional rift. These vulnerable points, these voids, open and close, selecting individuals at random, leaving behind the ghost of an incomplete life. What are your thoughts on these 5 vanishing points? Do the anomalies suggest a natural disaster or something far more sinister and paranormal? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And remember to stay safe out there, because the void is always watching. I'm David Paulides, and I'll talk to you next time.